Have you noticed your child adding little sounds to the ends of words? Maybe they're saying shoes instead of just shoe. Or maybe they're saying running instead of run. These are huge language milestones. And today we're going to explore what to look out for and how you can best support this without any pressure or any drills. So let's get started.
Hello, welcome to Dynamic Learning.
Hi, I'm Jane, and welcome back to Dynamic Learning, the channel made by parents for parents. We've done the research so you don't have to. Today we are going to be exploring the milestone, plurals, adds s and ing. Your child may have started adding s to words, showing that they understand that there's more than just one item. Or they may have started adding ing to verbs to show that they're understanding what's happening. We are going to accomplish this together using 4 stepping stones. These are meant to help break down the how-to and help you support your child's development in an easy, natural, and very achievable way. No pressure, no drills, just helpful modelling through routines that you practice daily. So let's get started with stepping stone 1. Notices 1 versus 2 of the same object. They might start adding s to the end of words to show that they know that there's more than one. Even if your child isn't saying words just yet, they can hear the difference when you say 1 shoe versus 2 shoes. As they tune in, they will slowly start to add s to the ends of words when they see more than one of something. It might not happen every time, they might still mix it up, and that's completely fine. So here's what to look out for. Your child may look at an object and start adding the S sound sometimes. Or they may hand you 2 socks when you ask for socks. They're starting to tune in to sound differences. You might also hear them say biscuits when they look at a plate of biscuits. Or say cars when they're playing with their toy cars. They may also sometimes miss the S sound completely and say to duck instead of 2 ducks. That's completely normal and completely fine at this stage. So why does all this matter? Noticing the difference between 1 and 2 is one of the foundations for your child to later produce the sound themselves. They can hear the pattern and begin to copy it. Adding S to show that they understand that there is more than one thing is one of the first grammar rules that you can teach your child. It helps them communicate more precisely about things they want and things they see. This is one of the starting points for them to understand how language works. So how would this look like in practice? You might be getting your child dressed in the morning. You hold up 1 shoe and say, 1 shoe. Then you hold up the other shoe and say, 2 shoes. Your child watches and listens as you make the contrast clear and simple. Later at snack time, your child points to the bowl and you say, yes, 2 biscuits. Later that day, they might surprise you by saying, biscuits, on their own. You're giving them the model they need to build this skill. During this stepping stone, I simply want you to practice naming everyday objects and highlighting the difference between 1 and 2 of things. This can happen when you're getting them dressed, at snack time. Just narrate what you see during the day and during play and highlight the plurals of these things throughout the day. Pick an item your child sees every day, such as socks, biscuits, cars, and make the contrast playful and clear. When your child plays with 2 cars, say cars. When you put 2 cups on the table, say cups. No need to quiz them. Just model the difference and let them hear the pattern without any pressure. So let's move on to stepping stone 2. Uses plural words across routines. Your child might start using plurals in different parts of the day, during snack time, playtime, bath time, bedtime. The more they hear and use these words in different settings, the stronger this pattern will become. So here's what you need to look out for. Your child may be saying grapes at snack time, blocks at playtime, ducks while they're in the bath, and teddies at bedtime. They're applying what they have learned in different contexts, and this is a big step forward. So why does all of this matter? When your child uses this skill across multiple routines throughout the day, they're showing that they've truly understood this language rule and that they haven't just memorized it. This makes language more flexible and useful for them. For this stepping stone, I simply want you to practice applying plurals to at least 3 different settings throughout your day. This could happen at bath time with ducks, or maybe you're out for a walk and you come across a pond and you see the ducks there. This could happen at mealtime when they ask for biscuits or apples, or at playtime with their toys, with the blocks or the cars. This variety helps demonstrate to your child that this rule applies everywhere. So, what would this look like in practice? Say you're sat at the kitchen table with them and you've got a plate of biscuits in your hand. They could point at it and say, biscuits. You would say, yes, 2 biscuits. They could be sat in the living room playing with their toys and they hand you 2 cars and they say, cars. Yes, sweetie, cars. Or you might be reading a book together with them and they point and say, look, ducks. Yes, sweetie, those are ducks. On to stepping stone 3. Uses ing to describe what's happening. Your child might start adding ing to words to describe what someone is doing right now. You might hear things like running, eating, jumping, dancing, twirling. So here's what you need to look out for. Your child may say eating when they're having a snack, or running when they see someone move very fast. They might still drop the ing and just say words like eat or run. That's still progress and it still matters. So why does all of this matter? Using ing helps your child describe what they're seeing happen in each moment. It makes language clearer and more dynamic and allows them to share things that they experience from moment to moment. So how would this look like in practice? Say you're in the park and your child is on the slide. You say, you're sliding. Later, when they see a dog, they might say running as the dog goes past. They're connecting the action to the word and using that ing at the end. For this stepping stone, I simply want you to practice narrating action words as they happen using that ing sound. This can be things like, let's say you're at the park and your child is climbing on the climbing frame. You say, you're climbing. Or they're drawing. You say, you're drawing. This gives them the live model they need to start using the words themselves. So, on to our next stepping stone. Stepping stone 4 mixes naming and plurals and ing in everyday talk. Your child might start combining everything, naming objects, using plurals, and adding ing, all within the same conversation. It won't be perfect, but that's completely fine. So what do you need to look out for here? Your child may say things like dog running or eating biscuits. They might mix correct and incorrect forms like 2 car running. That's all a part of the learning process. So why does all this matter? When your child starts mixing pieces of grammar, it shows their language becoming more flexible and expressive. They're not just repeating, they're creating their own sentences. So how would this look like in practice? When you're reading a book at bedtime and your child points and says, birdies flying, they've combined a plural, which is the birdies, and the action, ing, so the flying. Even if they miss a word or two, or they get the grammar slightly wrong, they're using language to describe the whole idea or the whole picture. For this stepping stone, I want you to simply practice building a short, natural sentence that combines naming, plurals, and an action. When you're playing, you might say, cars going fast, or bears sleeping. Let your child hear how these pieces fit together without making it feel like a lesson. So, let's have a little fun with plurals and ing, because as we all know, the best lessons come from playing and having fun. Imagine you're doing laundry. Let's say your child is helping. You hold up one sock and you say, one sock. You find another and you say, two socks. And somehow while you're digging through the laundry, you find 4, 5 more socks and you pull them all out like a clown and say, so many socks. Your child starts giggling and laughing, and next thing you know, they're shouting, socks, socks, socks. So there you have it. 4 complete stepping stones for the milestone uses plurals by adding s and ing to words. Remember, your child might still use it sporadically. Sometimes they'll get it right and sometimes not so right. That's okay. They're making the effort and we're going to help them by modeling this behavior for them. Remember, if you're concerned about your child's speech, consider speaking to a speech and language professional. Let me know in the comments how you got on, how this milestone went for you, what was easy, what was less easy. Please hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe. Look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.